up. Fire in my soul, fire in my heart. Till you see me on the other side of stars.
Oh, the journey starts from where we do first step. No one's sure what lies ahead before and breath. Roads may be rough and tough, but we will lead somewhere.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Sometimes this journey is about the chase, about the destination of the world. No matter how far, how you go, how long can it live?
Gotta face your life, go get it burned.
When there's a beginning, there's an ending too. As we go away, come across many predicaments. Feel like lies beneath colors of love that's excellent. The pictures fade away, but it will remain the same.
Stop living there when your heart's beating still. No slowing down for me, I'm never gonna chill. Every low phase of riding like a trail. I pop by the roads, but outshine.
Only time will tell the money to the thieves. Longer we wait, may it be the way to keep. Standing by for its surge. Darling is the best.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Only from the heart one reaches to the sky. Ups and downs it goes for years of beneath on the right. As you go, believe it, the faith in yourself.
Question, no answers, will this be for nothing? I felt so worthless and nervous, disgusting. I won't be so broken unless I conducted diligently, patiently, and trusted myself. Nothing was given to me, so gonna go earn it. Every pain needs another motivation, I burn it. Reputation doesn't stop death, but it stops life. Accept an open mind for life.
One day this quiet voices will be heard. Loud and clear the story of the ones with me.
Hands up.
Shed no tears, realize what we left behind.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Explore within the limits of the time. No one sure needed for me to way of life. No matter how far,
No matter how far,
how you go,
how you go, how you
how
grow.
short is
Property
the
ain't no time to waste. You gotta
This
face your life, go get it burned.
Hello, everybody. How we doing? I'm here. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back to me. Welcome back to you. My name's Snowy Lotus. This is the Snowy Show. It is May 11th, 2026. Hello, Battle Cat Swordsman. How are you doing? Yeah, so this is Snowy Show. We're back. I am exactly 20 minutes. I'm exactly 20 minutes and 50 seconds late. I'm a cat from the game Battle Cats. And good job hitting 100. Oh, shoot. Gohan, welcome back. Yeah, you saw that. That's cool. We'll get to what did you say? What were you saying? What I think you said like what 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll get there eventually. I'm a cat from the game Battle Cats. The game Battle Cats. What is that? Do I own that? I might own that. See, when I hear anything like battle and cats, I think of do you know Battle Cats is 11 years old? What? Whenever I hear anything like related to like fighting and cats, I think of warrior cats. That's what I think of. Do I have it? I don't have it. Is it on Steam? Battle Cats. Is this like a Flash game? One day you'll get there. One day. One day. One day we will. One day. One day. Is that like a Flash game? Like what? Okay. So, Pirate Cat is with me. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Battle Cats is a mobile game. Battle Cats. Hold on, I gotta look this up. I'm mildly intrigued. Not Battle Cars. Oh, this. Oh, this. Wasn't this like a Flash game? Yeah, wasn't this like a Flash game at one point? It's kind of related to Clash of Clans. Really? Wow, they have had Demon Slayer events? Okay. Oh no, I've seen this art. Ah, this thing. But you invade the world. Ah, I remember. Oh my God. This is gonna age me. This is gonna age me. Okay, hold on. Here, let me start recording. Let me start recording real quick before I start talking too much. Yeah, so I remember this game, Battle Cats. I remember YouTubers, like old like gaming YouTubers back in like when the game first came out, getting sponsored for this. I think PewDiePie got sponsored for it. Or like some of the other like gaming like content creators I watched when I was younger. They gonna move this controller. Yeah, they were like sponsored by it. That's crazy. I never played it, but I'm happy you enjoy it. I'm happy you enjoy it. It does not look like the kind of game I'd play, but if you're happy with it, I'm happy for you. You get a ticket every day for cat capsules. Oh, it's a gacha game. Interesting. Is it a gacha game? All right, bro, what is this? What is this? Headmistress Jean's true form? Hey, yo, what the heck? Why is this on the Google? What is happening? What am I looking at? All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Interesting. Yeah, it's a gacha game. If that's what it seems like. Which I have no shade for gacha games. If you like it, I'm happy for you. I don't really play gacha games because sorry. I don't really play gacha games because usually the kind of gameplay doesn't really hit with me. I really like Zenless Zone Zero. That was pretty good. But the problem I run into is the fact that, well, because of the battles, you can get XP, use XP to upgrade cats. Yeah, the problem I have with gacha games is I don't really care too much about the characters, or like getting new characters. It doesn't really do it for me because I'm like, I just don't really care. The gacha game I played the most, it is not a gacha game. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's a mobile game. Yeah, but like you said, there's capsules. You get so is there like a random chance you get different cats in the capsules? Because if that's the case, it would be called a gacha game. It would fall under the umbrella of gacha games. And now it's an older one. Actually, one of the gacha games too that I really got into, one was Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, you know, if you know, you know. I actually got pretty into it. I played it basically every day for like 9 months. And I stopped because at some point the game was getting so pay to win, like more so than it already was. Like the clan wars, because you could join a guild, right? And at some point, basically what they did is you could buy these like level up books, or there was some sort of microtransaction that you could pay money for, which directly helped you win like guild versus guild wars. And once I saw that, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, and upgrades for the cat base and cat cannon. All right, well, like I said, if you're happy with it, I'm happy for you. It looks interesting. The art style is certainly interesting. Yeah, so Raid Shadow Legends, I stopped playing after it got like so egregious in its microtransactions. But before that and after that, I played Summoner's War. Now, Summoner's War is one of the, I think one of the oldest gacha games on mobile. It's basically a direct, it's a direct predecessor for Raid Shadow Legends. I wish Teslan Pasalan was here. I do too. I do too. Yeah, Summoner's War was a direct predecessor to Raid Shadow Legends. Everything that Raid Shadow Legends does, Summoner's War did first, essentially. There might be a game previous to that, but Summoner's War pioneered that style of mobile gacha game, auto battler. Is a super rare in Battlecast. All right, I wish I had that one too. Yeah, so Summoner's War is the game I played, and I got into it at a really good time because it is a gacha game, much like Raid Shadow Legends. And I got into it on an anniversary event. I think it was the 8th or maybe 9th, 7th. I don't know. Anyway, they were very generous in the polls that you got. They were so generous, in fact, I basically got every single summon I would ever need in the game ever. I never needed to actually spend money in the game to get a poll. Literally ever. And so that's my favorite game because I don't actually have to do the polls. It doesn't matter. So, you know, I like that game because I go back to it every once in a while. I do some stuff. At this point, like where I am in my progression in the game is basically just leveling up all the characters. I have access to basically all the hardest content, and I can kind of clear it, which is important for like gear and whatever. Everything is cats. Everything is cats. Do you not care if there's a cat like Giraffe Cat? No, I don't, because it makes sense. Why can't a giraffe be a cat? I mean, come on. If you think about it a little bit more, it's just kind of a silly question. My nose is running. I was eating sriracha. I had meatloaf, potatoes, broccoli, fresh broccoli. I blanched it. Pretty good. I still have a couple florets left. And I doused it all with sriracha, and now my nose is running. There's a fish cat. That makes sense. Okay. So we're gonna get into it. I've done enough rambling. We're gonna be talking about 3 things today. We've already talked about these in the past. But I want to talk about them again because these are topics I've been thinking about. And actually the last topic, I don't think I've actually covered in full. There's lots of cats. All right. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about drive, reason, and then disassociating. Disassociating is something I deal with literally every day. I talked about it on the show before, but I have a thing called a depersonalization, derealization. There is a difference, but it's not significant enough to really talk about it. Essentially what it is we're going to talk about this first because I want to talk about this first. I'm going to tell you a question. That's wrong. You don't tell me questions. You ask them. Yeah, so we're going to talk about disassociating first because this is something I feel like I haven't specifically talked about. So this was, take a step back in time. This was 2020, 2021, sometime around then. I was getting more and more, I was being more learned on mental health and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so I wanted to try to, you know, go to therapy and, like, you know, try to figure out some of my problems, you know, get some of my stuff worked out. And one of the other reasons I wanted to go was because I knew that I was dealing with this problem called depersonalization. Essentially what it is have you ever, like, let's say in school or at work, kind of disassociated, where you're kind of there but not really there? You feel like you're not really, like, in control of your body. You're just kind of going through the motions. That's what disassociating is. That's the feeling of you're there but not really there. You know, you're in control for the most part, but it kind of feels like you're, you know, not really all there. You're kind of in a fog, in a cloud. So usually you kind of come out of it and you kind of go back to normal. However, for me, I am disassociating all the time. All the time. I am always in it. I am always in it. If there was a cat, what cat would you want to be? It would probably be a cat that is a Monster Hunter cat. I don't know. What are you even talking about anymore? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We're talking about disassociating. Bye. Bye. Easy, a dragon cat. All right. Gohan, I think I lost their attention. What you gonna do? We're gonna go back to the topic of the stream. Clearly they are not interested in my problems, and so that's ridiculous. You know, that's ridiculous. What was I talking about? Disassociating. Yeah, so I'm essentially disassociating 24/7. And if I think about it too hard, I start to, like, I kind of start to trip, and I start to go a little, I start to go a little crazy if I think about it too hard, because I start to kind of run up to the question about whether or not I am actually in control of my body and who is actually controlling my body. I don't think about that very specifically because I don't want to go crazy. And this is a, like, legitimate problem I have to deal with. And I think what will happen sometimes is how I respond to certain situations. A lot of the time gets tempered because of this. I don't necessarily confront. It's kind of weird because sometimes I will like react to situations in a way that, you know, probably normal people would, where they, you know, get upset, they get mad, they whatever. Usually for me though, I just kind of just take it, right? I just kind of take it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I don't really know how to like approach it, because it's like, I mean, I don't really feel like I'm even there in the first place. So like, how am I supposed to react to, you know, X thing happening? Like someone gets hurt or some bad thing happens or this or that. It's strange trying to figure out how to react in a way that feels significant or feels like it should fit the moment, even though it's like I'm just basically not there. I'm not there, right? I'm just not there. So I can't react like what a normal person would. And so on one hand, I think this is not good, because sometimes depending on what's happening to what kind of person, you know, what my relationship is with them, I should be reacting in a more compassionate way. But because I'm like disassociating constantly, I'm not. And I do think this is the problem. And I try to make sure that I do it in a proper way where I'm being compassionate. Did you listen? I did listen to the Alphabet song. It was a banger. It was a banger. It was pretty good. I think I listened to it once. Did I listen to it twice? I really liked the Val section. That was pretty good. That had me singing along. That had me singing along. Yeah, that was good. We're gonna do some more Spanish stuff. Was it fire? It was indeed fire. We'll do some more Spanish this Thursday. Yeah, we'll do some more Spanish stuff this Thursday. So stick around. It was freaking fire. Yes, it was. What was I talking about? What was I on? What was I talking about? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I try to when I'm reacting to certain people, I try to make sure I'm being as compassionate as I can, even though inside it just doesn't really feel that way. And I feel weird because there will be certain situations. Hello, Velvet. I'm gonna go doom scroll some more. Have fun. Don't stay up too late. Welcome in, Velvet. We're talking about a couple different topics. We're talking about disassociating right now. We're talking about that. Do I? All right. I think that audio should be good. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, so I try to be a bit more compassionate with people, especially when a situation occurs. But sometimes, like recently, I won't go into it. It doesn't matter. I had a situation happen where I felt like I wasn't being compassionate enough, but I wasn't really sure how to be as compassionate as I could be, because I'm kind of like not really there. It's not really like happening to me. But like, even when situations happen to me, it's just like trying to give like the appropriate response that people feel like I should have. I don't know. It's strange. It's a weird feeling, but I will say this disassociating constantly. Have you seen somewhere? They were in my stream yesterday. And they were in my stream yesterday. Why? What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so it will kind of help with compartmentalization when I'm having oh, okay, gosh darn it. Okay, I gotta fix this. This is annoying me. is this? They are my ex? What? What? Okay, alright. Okay, how would you find this? What? How are you? What? All right. Here we go. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to fix this chat. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, so it does kind of help with compartmentalization, and it kind of helps with not really having to like think too hard about stuff and like deal with emotions, which, you know, isn't good because they are still affecting me, but it's not, I don't really register it. Or like, I don't know. Cause like, I mean, I just kind of move past it. And like, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, stuff, I'll still get upset. I'll still, you know, feel everything. But like, sometimes it like takes a while. It's like delayed, right? Sometimes it's like delayed by a couple days. It's kind of weird. It really is kind of weird. And so I guess it helps with that. It helps with like being, when things are happening and like bad things are happening, it does kind of help with, like, I don't know, being like rational about stuff, which, you know, I don't if that's good or bad. Is sub, so what? Oh, welcome back, Battlecats. So you can see my subscribers. I didn't know you could do that. They/him is sub to you. Okay. All right. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, it's annoying, and the thing is, and the my therapist that I talked to at the time, you know, I basically just straight up asked them, like, hey, is this something I can like eventually get over with, or is this something I just kind of have to keep living with? And the answer is I just got to live with it, which is cool. That's awesome. I love that. Oh shoot. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. So, you know, I don't know. So I just deal with it, and it makes me the unique person I am today. It fills in my it fills in my stained glass portrait of myself. All right, we're gonna talk about one day I subscribed to you on one of your swords. Swords? What's that mean? Because I was interested in VTuber shorts. I'm trying to sub to all VTubers. There's a lot of VTubers. So. All right, we're gonna move on to we're gonna be talking about reason. Now, reason. What does this mean? Reason. Did I ever update my thing? When I talk about reason, I'm talking about reason to my reason to. Hold on, I gotta look it up. What was I talking about? I don't remember. What was I talking about? I was talking about something. Hold on. Oh, wait, was this it? This might have been it. Okay, so I've talked about this previously, and I was going to talk about it again because I feel like I can better do it this time around. Basically, when I talk about reason, what I'm talking about is the strange kind of dynamic with finding a reason to do things after you start doing them. And what I want to kind of think out loud about is the kind of strange process of us assigning a reason to something after starting to do it, and that feeling kind of disingenuous. Hello, Lion. Welcome in. Welcome in. It feels disingenuous to add reason to something after the fact, even though I didn't do that thing initially for that reason. I bring up something like a memory of something I had, or of something from maybe high school or some sort of social thing, when I was talking to friends or when I was talking to people and I reacted in a certain way to certain events. And you know, at the time, I can, you know, generally remember what reason I did, or what reason I reacted to whatever situation I was in. I can remember why I did it back then, but like looking back on things now, you know, 2020 vision and all that, I can see kind of a like, oh, I did it actually for these reasons, or these. What happened? What? Are we back? Okay. All right. Cool. My thing just kind of borked out real quick. What was I talking about? Yeah, so like I can look back on like some sort of memory I had from like 10, 15 years ago, and I remember the original reasons why whatever happened. But if I look back on it now and I'm like, well, you know, with all my, you know, stuff I've learned, you know, and all how I've grown, I could see that the reason I did that thing was different than what I initially thought it was. What's up, Perriot? How you doing? Yeah, so I can look back on a situation from 10, 15 years ago and assign a different reason for why I did it than what I, you know, originally did that for. And it feels a bit disingenuous doing it that way. I love your OC. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Gold, fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm happy. Happy you're doing well. Good. I knew what you were saying. I guess it means the same thing. Yeah, it feels disingenuous assigning feelings back on certain events because like if I what's a memory? What's a memory? Oh, like I used to take long walks after high school. I would just walk around the neighborhood. And back then, my reasoning to do it was I just wanted some alone time. I just wanted to walk around the neighborhoods. It was enjoyable. Just being alone. It was peaceful. You know, I didn't have earbuds in or anything. I just listened to the birds, you know, the cars, whatever. But looking back on it, I can say that, oh, I was probably depressed. Right? Now, me assigning these feelings to that memory, it might be true, but it to me, it feels a little disingenuous because, I mean, it might just, it might be like overriding those feelings. I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna sub real quick. So I find you again. You seem chill. Hey, thank you. Hey, I got VODs on everything. So if you want to listen to this or any of the other videos, go to the channel. Got all that stuff there. Yeah, so it feels disingenuous assigning reason and motive to things after the fact, because I initially didn't go into whatever with those emotions. Now, things can evolve, right? If I wanted to do a project like what we're doing here, this kind of thing evolves over time. And so the original reason I started streaming, in a year, it might be different, right? And so I guess that's a bit different. But what that is me assigning reason to future things, me assigning purpose and reason to what I'm doing today or what I'm doing tomorrow. But the reason I did it back then, I can't just change up that reason because it's just disingenuous. And maybe this doesn't matter. Maybe this doesn't matter. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. And you know, that might be true. So like, you know, and that's fine. I guess that's fine. I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe I should stop thinking about it too much. Maybe I should stop thinking about it too much. We're gonna move on to our last topic. Drive. I was talking about this last night. I talked about this previously as well. This is gonna be something we're gonna do. We're gonna come back to these topics over and over because it's important to kind of keep going down the rabbit hole of these thoughts. It's important to try to go at these ideas and these topics multiple times so that we, you know, maybe we come out of it with a different perspective, or maybe we learn something. That's the point. So when I talk about drive, what am I talking about? That's a good question. What was I talking about? I think it was drive to learn. I think that's what it was. Yeah, where does my drive for improvement come from? That's what we're going to be answering. That's what we'll try to answer. We're probably not going to answer it. Let's be honest. Don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay. Can I just like not? Okay, there we go. Okay, so where does my drive for improvement come from? Now, I have a never-ending and a relentless hunger to get better at things. It's a constant. Essentially what it is whenever I get better at something, I need to then figure out how to get even better at that thing. I think about it like walking up a set of stairs. Whenever I go up to the next stair, I then have to figure out how to go up and up and up and so on and so forth. I can never stop. I need to always be trying to get more efficient at things. I need to always try my best to figure out the unknown. I have to try to solve the unknown. So that way the unknown questions I have are solved. To try to fill out my realm of understanding on whatever subject I'm talking about. And obviously this desire has been stoked by, I think, a bunch of different things, but it has resulted in what we're doing now. This medium that you and I are talking through, dear viewer, it requires quite a lot, if I'm being honest. It can be quite difficult. It can be quite difficult. There's a lot of different moving parts, a lot of different things you got to do, and a lot of things I'm not doing the best at. But that acknowledgement of not doing well at something just proves to me I got more to learn. So, but going back a second, I think what has stoked this desire is probably a couple things. I think one of the first things is my probably my financial situation. First and foremost, if it's at the top of the list, it's probably my financial situation. I'm obviously I'm doing okay. I have food, I have a house, I'm not too worried about any of that. I am a lot better off than a lot of people. So, I'm going to be okay there. You don't got to worry about any of that. But for a long time, especially after COVID, my work at the box factory, it was, to put it simply, difficult. It was difficult financially. And thankfully I've gotten past that, but that period of instability lasted a while, and it was very very trying for me. And I came out the other side. I didn't do anything I regretted. Right. But I think this desire to constantly improve myself stems from a need to have backup plans. Stems from a need to constantly be like, okay, if what I'm doing now fails, I have something I can fall back on. And if that fails, I have something else I can fall back on, and so on and so forth. And so I think that's kind of part of it, because I need this kind of safety net in my head, where no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. Right. And I can always have stuff to fall back on. I have people I can hit up. I have connections I have. So, no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. And this has kind of, this kind of base desire for stability, and financial security has kind of led to, what we're doing here and what I do in my regular life, in my flesh tuber, my IRL life. So I think that's one thing. I had another one. What was it? I had another one. What was it? It was kind of the second, the layer below that. It was like the layer below that. What was it? What was it? Gosh darn it. So yeah, I think it's I feel like the financial thing is probably like, if it was the pie chart, it would probably be like 70% of the reason. It would probably be that. Yeah, it would probably be that. Shoot. Gosh, what's another one? I'm not sure where I'd put this. I think having it as a pie chart in my head is probably the best thing. I think that's probably the best thing. But I think another thing is like genuinely just a absolute love of like learning stuff. I just genuinely love it. This is why kind of my characters with Snowy's lore is very much centered around learning stuff. I like to fantasize about being a scholar. I guess in one way or another, I kind of am. I'm constantly learning how to do stuff. I'm constantly learning new things, learning new skills, just trying to broaden my realm of understanding in all sorts of subjects. And it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of fun, right? It's fun to learn new things. It's fun to kind of feel like I know a subject, but then realize how little I know and then kind of go after that information. The kind of hunt for it all, it's very intoxicating. And I think this is the kind of thing a lot of scholars feel, or people that enjoy learning. It's this feeling of hunting for new stuff. And sometimes even with subjects I feel I am very, very well versed in, there's always still stuff I don't know. What is it? The unknown unknowns. It's the unknown problems that you don't even know exist. Right? And something I do like doing is, even if I know a subject I feel quite well, if I'm talking to someone who also knows that subject quite well, I will ask sometimes very basic questions to them in an attempt to try to in an attempt to try to basically test my information to see whether or not they explain something different than how I understand it, or maybe they explain something in a way I haven't thought about, which then kind of fills out my realm of understanding. And you know, I think it's I really like doing it. I do it in work, at the box factory all the time. I do it, you know, with this. I talk to other creators, and so I ask them questions, and you know, because I'm still pretty new at this, there's still a lot I don't know. And so it's always fascinating to talk to people who know more than me. I am very grateful for all the people who have helped me, all the people that have like been willing to share what information they know. I'm trying to pick up more reading of different subjects. We'll see how far that goes. You know, we do reading on here. We're going to read some more Storyworthy tomorrow. We've been reading it. So we're going to do that. I picked up another book. It's about like the Civil War. I was doing some thrift shopping yesterday. I saw it. It's like a behemoth. It's like this big, like straight up. It's like, hold on. Yeah, it's like this big. Yeah, you see my hand? This is me holding the book. Yeah, it's like probably 3 pounds. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting so far. It's a real page turner, if you will. I like a lot of self-help books because, you know, I like learning stuff. I like nonfiction stuff more than I used to. I am interested to see how the author's point of view pops up when they are describing certain events, because everybody has their own, you know, political bias, some sort of bias on history, some sort of biased viewpoint. So I am interested to see how the author's, you know, bias, that I don't know if they have a bias. I don't know what their takes are on things, what their leanings are, but I am interested to see how that kind of thing shows up in the writing. We'll see. Yeah, but I read the Storyworthy. I have my design book. I do want to get some other more political books as well. In due time, obviously I don't want too many books. We'll go through with that. And I think it's helpful. I think it's good. I think it's good to keep reading. So, you know, we're going to keep doing that. But I think I've talked enough. Yeah, I think I've talked enough. We're coming up about on an hour. Apologies for being late, but you know, it's me. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be the Snowy Show if it was on time. It wouldn't be. We all come here to watch the show late. So yeah, that's that. I appreciate everybody joining. I appreciate Gohan, if you're still here. Appreciate you joining again. Always appreciate the comments on the videos. It keeps me going. It gives me energy. I appreciate all the kind comments. Thank you everybody else for stopping by. I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna be doing some reading. We're gonna be reading some more Storyworthy. Wednesday we'll do story prompts. I did actually, if you're interested, I updated the schedule on the Twitch. So if you don't remember what I do on whatever day, I have it over on the Twitch. We have the schedule. It should be filled out every single week. I try to keep it pretty similar every single week to week, kind of what we do. So that way I'm not going crazy trying to figure out what to do. Right. So, yeah. 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 So, that's that. My name's Snowy Lotus. I appreciate you joining me. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. I'll be back tomorrow. As always. As always. And as always. See ya. See ya. Bye-bye. 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 Oh, it's freaking out. It's freaking out. Hold on. Hold on. Aha. There you go. Oh, come on. Blink. Yeah.